There is a moment in almost every long-term relationship, a moment that happens in silence. A moment that most men walk right past without ever realizing they just missed everything. I have seen it thousands of times. A woman sits on the edge of the bed, or leans against the kitchen counter, or stands by the window with a cup of tea in her hands. She is not speaking. She is not reaching. She is not undressing. She is not lighting candles or playing music or doing any of the things that men have been taught to look for. And yet, she is screaming, silently, desperately, hoping he will finally see. What is she doing? She is showing him something, a specific part of her body. Not the part most men think. Not the part that sells magazines or populates websites or appears in the fantasies that culture has fed him since he was 15. Something else entirely. And if he sees it, if he understands what she is silently offering, the door to her deepest intimacy swings open without a single word. But if he misses it, if he walks past it, scrolls past it, falls asleep next to it, something inside her closes. Not with a slam, with a whisper. And that whisper says, he doesn't see me. He never will. Today, I want to tell you about that signal. About the specific part of her body that a woman reveals only when she feels safe enough to want you deeply. And about why most men have never been taught to recognize it. Not because they don't love her, but because no one ever showed them where to look. Let me take you back to a Tuesday afternoon. A woman named Elaine, 56 years old, married for 31 years, 3 grown children. A husband named Peter who loved her faithfully but hadn't touched her with genuine presence in nearly a decade. Elaine sat in my office. Quiet, polite, well-dressed. The kind of woman who has learned to swallow her own longing so deeply that she almost believes it isn't there anymore. Almost. I asked her, Elaine, when was the last time you wanted Peter? Really wanted him. Not out of habit. Not out of duty. Not because it had been a while, but because your body actually ached for him? She was quiet for a long time. Then she whispered something that stopped my heart. Last week, Tuesday night, I was standing at the bathroom sink brushing my teeth. He came in to get something from the drawer, and I tilted my head, just slightly. I showed him the side of my neck. I don't even know why I did it. It wasn't planned. My body just did it. And what did Peter do? I asked. Elaine's eyes filled with tears. He grabbed the thing from the drawer, said good night, and walked out. She paused. Then she said something I will never forget. I have never felt more rejected in my entire life. And he didn't even know he rejected me. That's what broke my heart the most. He had no idea. Elaine had shown Peter the first signal. The quietest signal. The signal most men miss every single time. She showed him the side of her neck. Not the front. Not the back. The side. The curve where the jaw meets the throat. The place where the skin is thinnest. Where the pulse is most visible. Where a woman's body is most vulnerable and most alive at the same time. Why that place? Why there? Let me explain the psychology. And I need you to really hear this. The side of a woman's neck is one of the most neurologically dense areas of her body when it comes to emotional safety and intimate reception. It is covered in those C-tactile afferents I have mentioned before, nerve fibers that only respond to slow, gentle, warm touch. But more than that, the side of the neck is where her carotid artery runs, where her pulse is most visible, where her body cannot hide whether she is calm or afraid, open or closed, wanting or withdrawing. When a woman tilts her head and shows you the side of her neck, she is doing something ancient, something primal, something her grandmother's grandmother's grandmother understood without ever reading a single book about relationships. She is exposing her most vulnerable place to you. In the animal kingdom, exposing the throat is the ultimate signal of trust. It says, I am not afraid of you. I am not protecting myself from you. I am giving you access to the most defenseless part of my body because I believe you will not hurt me. And when a woman does this with the man she loves, often without even realizing she is doing it, she is not asking for a kiss. She is not asking for a nibble. She is not asking for anything aggressive or rushed. She is asking to be seen. She is asking for a gentle hand, a warm breath, a slow, soft touch that says, I see you. I am here. You are safe to want me. But here's what breaks my heart. Most men, when they see the side of a woman's neck, think one thing, that is a place to kiss or bite. And in their eagerness, in their hunger, in their complete misunderstanding of what she is actually offering, they rush. They lean in too fast. They grab. They assume. They escalate. And her body? Her body does the opposite of what they want. It tenses. It pulls back. It closes. Because she did not offer her neck to be taken. She offered it to be received. Do you feel the difference? Taking is hunger. Receiving is reverence. And a woman over 40 has lived long enough to know the difference instantly. Let me tell you about Robert, 53 years old, married to Denise for 27 years. Denise had started turning away from him in bed. Not dramatically, just facing the other direction. Every single night, Robert was confused. He was hurt. He said to me, I still desire her. I still reach for her. I tell her she's beautiful. What am I doing wrong? So I asked him to describe the last time Denise had shown him any sign of wanting him. He thought for a moment. Then he said, last week she was sitting on the couch reading. I walked past her to get a glass of water. And she tilted her head back against the cushion, just slightly. She looked up at me. Her neck was just there. And what did you do, Robert? He looked uncomfortable. I kissed her. Right on the side of her neck. I thought that's what she wanted. How did she respond? Robert's face fell. She pulled away, said she was tired, went to bed early. Robert had done what most men do. He saw an opening and he took it. But Denise had not offered an opening. She had offered an invitation to slowness, to presence, to being seen. She tilted her head back because her nervous system was finally relaxed enough to want. And Robert's sudden movement, his quick kiss, snapped her right back into protection mode. Her body heard, he doesn't want me. He wants what I can give him. And that is not the same thing. So I taught Robert something that changed his marriage. I said, the next time Denise shows you the side of her neck, while she's reading, while she's making tea, while she's brushing her teeth, I want you to do nothing. He looked at me like I had lost my mind. Nothing? Nothing. Just stand near her. Just breathe with her. Just let her feel your presence without your hands. And then, only after 10 or 15 seconds of just being there, I want you to place the back of your fingers against the side of her neck. Not your lips, not your tongue. The back of your fingers. Slow, light. No pressure. And no words, I added. No, you're beautiful. No, I want you. Just the touch. And then stop. Robert was skeptical, but he trusted me. 3 weeks later, he came back to my office with tears in his eyes. She cried, he said. The first time I did it, she cried. She said no man has ever touched her like that. Like she was precious. Like she wasn't being rushed toward something. And then what happened? I asked. Robert smiled. A real smile. The kind that softens a man's whole face. She came to me. Later that night, she reached for me. For the first time in years, she reached for me first. Do you see what happened there? Robert stopped taking. He started receiving. He saw her signal. He honored her signal. He did not rush past it. And her body opened like a flower in morning light. So here's what I want every man watching this to understand. When a woman shows you the side of her neck, when she tilts her head while you are talking, when she leans her head back on the couch, when she exposes that soft, vulnerable curve while brushing her teeth or washing dishes or sitting in the car, she is not asking for a kiss. She is asking you to see her. She is asking you to slow down. She is asking you to prove that you can be trusted with her vulnerability before you touch her anywhere else. And the men who understand this, the rare men who can receive that signal without rushing toward it, they do not have to chase intimacy. Intimacy walks across the room and sits down in their lap because they have become someone her nervous system trusts. Not someone who takes, not someone who assumes, not someone who grabs, someone who sees her, someone who waits for her. Someone who touches her like she is sacred. There are other signals, of course. I could tell you about the way she leaves space next to her on the couch, the way she lingers in doorways, the way her feet point toward you even when her body is turned away. But the neck, the side of the neck, that is the deepest one, because that is the place where her pulse lives, where her fear and her wanting live side by side, where she cannot pretend. When she shows you that place, she is giving you the keys to her entire inner world. And all you have to do is take them gently, slowly, reverently, not with hunger, with gratitude. So tonight I want you to watch, not with suspicion, not with strategy, just with gentle, curious attention. Does she tilt her head when you stand near her? Does she lean her neck back when you are talking? Does she expose that soft, vulnerable curve without even seeming to notice she is doing it? If she does, she's already inviting you in. Not with words, not with candles, not with lingerie, with her body's oldest, quietest, most honest signal. I feel safe with you. I want you. Please see me. And when you finally see her, really see her, something in her chest will open that she thought had closed forever. And she will whisper without words, "There you are. I was waiting for you." Soft piano music swells gently, warm, hopeful, deeply human, then fades to a whisper. If what I shared today touched something in your heart, I hope you will subscribe. Not because of algorithms, but because there are more conversations like this to share. About seeing, about slowing down, about the quiet, sacred language of a woman's body when she finally feels safe. I will be here next time. Until then, watch for the tilt of her head. And when you see it, do not rush. Just be near her. Just breathe with her. Just let her feel that she is not invisible anymore.